Even when I'm on the road, there is still plenty of news breaking about assistant coaches being added by Hugh Freeze. Let's talk about our latest one, a familiar face, 10 facts that you need to know about him. As always, smash that like button if you enjoy this type of content. We also want you to leave a comment below as you're watching or listening. It will help enter you into our ongoing subscriber giveaway to win a signed Auburn football prize package. And we always want to take this opportunity to thank members of our booster club like John Stokes, who help produce videos like this. I'm going to be honest with you guys, during this video series of breaking down the assistant coaches being named by Hugh Freeze, this is the first one with two unique things. As I've already addressed, I'm on the road, different setup. You probably already noticed that already. But this is actually the first one that I've done where I can officially, without a doubt, confirm that this is the coach that has been named by Hugh Freeze, even without an official release from the athletic department because it's in his social media account. So who is that individual? Wesley McGriff is coming back to the Auburn Tigers to be the secondary coach and supposedly the co-defensive coordinator per his social media account at this time. The prodigal son has returned again and again. We have a ton to talk about with this guy simply from our history with him alone. So let's jump right into fact number one. Who is he going to be replacing? Technically nobody, because Zach Etheridge is still here. He's still out recruiting. He's still going to be part of this secondary staff. Most people speculate that Wesley McGriff will take over the safeties and Zach Etheridge will take over the cornerbacks. It's not unheard of for that to be split up that way, so I wouldn't be surprised to see if that's going to be the case. I'm just happy that we have both of these guys on staff right now. Fact number two, his coaching experience. What is it like? 32 years. Let me say that again, 32 years, if I did my math correctly, and I think I did. 29 of that is at the college level, 3 of that is at the pro level, and 1 was technically a GA position for his first year. But you get the gist. This guy is full of experience and knowledge that he is bringing to Auburn's staff. Fact number 3, let's talk about that other experience very briefly outside of college athletics, those 3 years with Sean Payton and the New Orleans Saints. It's always good to have a coach with some type of NFL experience on your staff, especially one with the amount of years of experience that he has. It's going to be something that's going to be very attractive to current athletes at Auburn, but ones that are potentially going to come as well. In fact number 4, we're going to do this a little bit differently. We're just going to talk about stuff outside of the SEC first. What's his experience like there? So here's the list for you to consider right now. From 1990 to 94 at Savannah State, moved all the way up from a GA to interim head coach. 1995 to 99 at Kentucky State, assistant head coach to everything from a secondary coach there. Eastern Kentucky, secondary coach in 2000. 03 to 06 at Baylor, recruiting coordinator, defensive backs coach. 07 to 2010 at Miami, defensive backs coach. And now ending in 2022, where he was not only their co-defensive coordinator, but again, their secondary coach too. In fact number 5, we're not done yet. Let's talk about that SEC experience next. Here is the list for you to consider. From 2001 to 02 at Kentucky, he was actually a running backs coach and secondary coach. 2011 at Vanderbilt, defensive back coach, recruiting coordinator. 2012 at Ole Miss, co-defensive coordinator, cornerbacks coach. 2016, Auburn, co-defensive coordinator, secondary coach. 2017 to 18 at Ole Miss, defensive coordinator, associate head coach. Back to Auburn in 2019, 2020 as the defensive backs coach, and then Florida for 2021 as their secondary coach. Let's take a break from talking about all that coaching experience in number 6, talk about his playing experience. In high school, he played for Tift County High School as part of a state championship team where he played running back, defensive back, wide receiver, basically everything that they needed him to play. After 1 year at South Carolina State, he came to Savannah State where he started at linebacker then for 3 seasons. This is a guy with a wealth of knowledge as a coach and as a player. In number 7, let's talk about those influences as a coach. The most important thing for us as Auburn fans, he has a history with Hugh Freeze, which helps you understand why this hire was made. But he also worked for Gus Malzahn twice. And there's a lot of similarities between Hugh and Gus. So it kind of seems like he likes to work for those type of guys. And when you count in that the influence that's probably been on him as a coach from guys like Sean Payton in the NFL, James Franklin when he worked for him at Vanderbilt, again, this guy is bringing so much to the table. For number 8, we talk about regional ties, especially when it comes to recruiting, and how do you even quantify this when this guy has been literally everywhere? I think important things to note, he seems to have a really rich history, especially early on in his life, in the really southern part of Georgia and stretching anywhere around that area since he's from Tifton, Georgia. So I think that's important to note and where he could probably have an influence. But as we said, been all around the SEC, all around the country to different collegiate opportunities, so you can understand why this guy is highly valuable at the recruiting ranks. Even at Baylor, he was the recruiting coordinator there. I don't know how that's going to shape out for him here, but he's going to be integral to our recruiting process going forward. At number 9, we're going to talk about some of the things that you want to know. What does Wesley McGriff bring to the table? To answer that, let's look at Louisville's defense for 2022. So here are some things for you to consider overall. They were 34th nationally in pass defense, 43rd overall in defensive pass efficiency, 35th overall in third down defense, 10th nationally in red zone defense, and 14th in red zone touchdown defense. You can understand why this was an attractive hire for Coach Hugh Freeze. And finally, at fact number 10, who are some of the notable players that he had a hand in coaching? I'm going to give you some Auburn ones first that you should remember. Do you remember Jamian Sherwood, Noah Igbenogany, and Daniel Thomas, all of which got drafted and were coached by Wesley McGriff? And if you see on this list, there's several other names there. You're going to find 4 second-round picks, 1 first-round pick, a third-round pick as well. He's had a hand in getting a lot of people to the next level. So those are my thoughts, your 10 facts for Wesley McGriff and why I think he's going to be a good addition to the staff for Hugh Freeze. Would love to know yours in the comment section below. If you do that, it'll help enter you into that subscriber giveaway that I already mentioned. We always encourage you to do things like smash the like button, be subscribed. That's part of the subscriber giveaway process too. But also check out the links in the description for ways you can help support our content here at E2C Network, where we share the whole Auburn experience. War Eagle.